The idea for my book Deception came about from some experiences and from experiences from different people that I know. The first character is Asia McKay, and she's a vibrant young lady, and she's in a happily, a happy marriage with her husband David McKay. So it seems. Her best friend is so jealous of their relationship that she'd do anything at all costs to destroy their marriage. Gina is a very deceiving, conniving, like this character, everybody's gonna love to hate her. Like she is the one character in the book that's like, she's cutthroat and she's going for she's not stopping at anything to get what she wants, including destroying her friendship with Asia and getting David. David, he's a normal guy, normal, hardworking attorney. And, he had his ups and downs as far as relationships go. And he met Asia in college and they fell in love with each other. And he still did, even early on in their relationship, he, had some infidelity issues and she tried to work through that. And even in the marriage, she thought that everything was okay, but apparently it wasn't. The type of audience that I'm looking for this book is like maybe from like 20 to 20 and up, basically. Like maybe the mid-adult type book. It's not for teenage. It's not a teenage-based book because it is a lot of, adult activities and some adult languages. So, teenage readers should, not read this type of book. It was very trying. Like coming in, on an amateur level, I had no idea the ramifications of like everything, all the processes. It was very, very trying and a long process, but I would do it again and again. I would like for readers to take away from Deception the concept of trusting. Like, don't put, it's okay to trust, but you have to also be aware of everything that's going on around you as far as with your marriage and with your relationships with friends. Just basically focusing on relationship as a whole. As a child, I was an avid reader. So I believe that from me being an avid reader, it also sparked that, the interest in me as far as becoming an author. I've been writing as far as I can remember. I remember I wrote my first play in the 5th grade and I was fascinated with it, and then I started writing a lot of poetry and I basically took it from there, and I always had a passion for writing. I went from plays, from poetry to writing a novel, my first novel, and I was afraid. And I was like, I don't know, you go through the different transitions of like, oh, this is going to do well, or oh my gosh, and then you have the fears of like, what if it doesn't, and should I ever write again after this if it fails? So it was a lot, going back and forth, but I decided like nothing beats a failure but a try. I have to at least try. The advice that I would give to aspiring authors is to do your research. Research the whole publishing process, research other authors and how they came about, their start in writing, and just branch out to people in the areas of writing, like editors, publishers, any form of fashion that's working in the the writing realm. Just reach out to those type of people and stay focused and steadfast, and you can't go wrong there. Well, a friend of mine, Tobias Fox, publisher, we reached out to each other, and I was like, I'm an author. He's like, I'm an author too. And he's like, okay, let me look at some of your writings. And I showed him, and he was like, okay, this has potential. He's like, maybe you should finish this up, because it wasn't a finished product. So he basically inspired me to finish it, because I was putzing around about it. But I got it done, and here we are. The easiest part about writing is that if you have a passion for it and a love for it, it comes naturally. And that would be the easiest part about it. You just have to have a love for it and do it. The writing process for me was not a lonely ordeal, because I was accompanied by my love for writing. Like, I was so consumed with, like, once I got into like started writing, and the story was flowing, and I was typing it into the computer, and you know, someone being there or not being there, it was like I was in my own little world. So I wasn't lonely, but I was consumed by writing.